would have made us go ahead. So that is the issue that we want to look into, the land tenure system. Yeah. Yeah, this is something which has just been identified. So we are going to look at the tenure system on how to support our people in as far as programs are concerned, like PDM. And PDM talks about the 4-acre, and the government talks about the 4-acre system. Let each family head have, if he has about 4 acres, how he should utilize that 4 acres to make him join the economy. The economy level of the country, so that he has some little money within his pockets. So we are going to sit down to plan again and see how best to sit with the Wananchi and advise them on how to go about the land tenure system, so that families grow. Otherwise, we shall perpetually remain poor.
Finishing the con. That one is being followed. No.
Well, we're back. You're still watching Western Television. You can get us on StarTime channel 477, and also you can download StarTime app on your smartphone, and you will be able to follow Western Television wherever you will be watching us live from. My name is Dennis Oringi, and I do have the LC5 chairperson, Zombo District, and also the resident district commissioner, Zombo District. We are discussing NRM at 37, and we are recounting the achievements and also some of the challenges that this government is facing, and how can we work together to solve the challenges that this government is facing. And as far as implementation of the programs are really concerned, we all know what programs have been implemented and what programs are to be implemented, and it is our responsibility to be informed and also to get the right information from the right person. And that is why I have the right persons from Zombo District to answer some of these questions. Remember, President of the Republic of Uganda last year was able to launch the parish development model, and the launch was in Chikube. And this time around, I know he will not miss mentioning parish development model during the NRM day, the NRM Liberation Day that will be in Kakumiro. And I want to have the LC5 chairperson and also the resident district commissioner to have their say on this parish development model. I want the LC5 chairperson of Zombo District to give us the status of parish development model implementation in the district. You're most welcome. Where do we stand now when we talk about PDM in Zombo District, and how much money has Zombo District been able to receive? How many groups have been formed, and how many group members have been able to receive this money? Is this money going to go to individual groups, or it is going to go to individual beneficiaries? I want you to put this clear, because this has been one of the missing information among the people in the community.
Yes, thank you very much, Dennis, for the best question so far. Parish development model, in fact, it is the vehicle to drive out the poverty, which our president, His Excellency President Museveni, does not miss all the time when he's giving his speech. In Zombo, shifts, then immediately they were taken through training. After the training, then government disbursed some money, which was used for training, collecting data in all Then after the 7 million, to each SACCO account, let me say to each parish. No, that one was available money. Start with us, then the rest will come.
So has the rest come?
So later on, recently we received another 25 million
to top up.
To top up that. Actually, every time and then, they will continue sending the money.
Are you confirming to us that all the parishes that we have in Zombo have received 10 million each?
with the exception of some few parishes which had challenges. In fact, like around
Not
3
100 million,
sub-counties, 3 sub-counties, they have challenges with their
What is the
10
challenge?
with their 10 number.
Were they not properly prepared by the technical
No,
persons?
the code number, their code number is not matching well.
So who is supposed to be blamed for that? Because
So-
the people in that sub-county, they will be looking up to the district officials. Who should be blamed?
No, we are correcting that.
Okay.
Yeah, the district official.
But somebody was sleeping on job and need to be blamed.
Yes, that one is being corrected.
Okay, thank you.
Except it's supposed to be corrected from the center.
Okay.
You have to write all the details
All
and
this,
send
yeah.
to the center, and then again they change another code. We should-
How long will this take? Because the beneficiaries from those parishes, they are eagerly also waiting. They want also to be on the same pace with the rest.
Yes, for how long I would wish this to come faster in a week time, but somebody else is also doing it.
Because we don't want to
don't
hear
know.
the scenario where the money is taken back to the consolidated fund.
No, that one cannot be taken. To this.
Remember, we are counting months to the end of this financial year.
We are working hard. We are working very hard. Our staff, they are very quick,
Okay.
and we are cooperating very well with them.
Okay.
Under leadership of Chief Administrative Officer, heading the staff. Yeah, he's doing his best, and also the focal point, that is district production officer, is doing very well. And right now, where we are, all the members, the SACCO members were trained. They have now at least the knowledge, the skills, how to handle PDM and signatures. Actually, they have changed signatures from parish chief to the community, to the SACCO leaders.
Okay.
So, which means they are the signatories of this account.
So who are the beneficiaries? We want to understand here.
The beneficiaries are the communities. Communities, in fact, are selected
By who?
themselves, by themselves,
How will you know
in a
that?
meeting.
How will you know that I am supposed to be a beneficiary? Because it is not everybody in that community is a beneficiary.
Of course, there is criteria.
Uh-huh.
You gather all community in the village. Then, when you gather them all, you give them guidelines, which is known best by the technical team,
Okay.
because they were trained.
Yeah, and then based on that,
Yes.
they decide who should go first,
Who
who
should-
should receive first. So all that is known in the village
Okay.
by the
Yes.
various circles that they are already registered.
Beautiful. Yes.
So as I speak now, where we stand, since money is available on their account, they were given application form already to request for loan. Loan application form was already given to them, issued.
So what is the limit of this person requesting for this money?
Each household should not go beyond 1 million,
Okay.
which means,
The cash limit is 1
the
million.
cash limit is 1 million.
1 million,
Okay.
yes.
But you can request 200,000
Okay.
if you feel.
Within that
Yeah.
mean of that
Yes.
that money.
Some people have different perception that they are supposed to pick 1 million. That is not the case. The case is, the limit is 1 million.
Okay.
That is maximum.
So if the money increases, if it revolves, they can now go beyond.
They can now go beyond, since it is now their own.
It is not absolute that it is 1 million always, even if you're
Yes.
making profits.
This
you're
is for a start.
recovering. Oh,
You are very right, because
Okay.
the money is to remain in the parish.
Okay.
Whatever is sent will remain there.
okay.
So they will manage it themselves, as you have observed correctly. So as they keep borrowing and returning, it may, increase. And in that way, also, the money lent out may also go up.
Actually, the major thing which community need to know is that this is their bank.
Okay.
They are starting their own bank.
So we used to know
When-
Village Bank.
Yes.
So this time
is
now it
now
is
their parish
Parish
bank.
Bank. Okay.
If they can do it well, this money, they will even get rich.
Okay. All right, let me have the resident district commissioner. You represent the office of the president, and president of the Republic of Uganda is so instrumental in ensuring that this program succeeds. What are you doing in terms of monitoring and evaluation and supervising this parish development model? What reports have you got so far? I have known of one report where one of the sub-counties that we have in Zombo district, the sub-county chief was allegedly arrested for taking part of this money. Let me use the word taking, or misappropriating part of this money, not stealing. He misappropriated part of the money. And when you got this information, what did you do so that to avoid yourself being counted among the resident district commissioners who failed to do their part? Like it happened in Kitgum, that I know, in this region, northern Uganda, and also other districts that we have in this country. Yes.
Yeah, thank you for that question. I want to take us back a bit.
Yes.
When all RDCs and deputy RDCs were called for a training in Chankwanzi. And one of the key items that was delivered there was PDM. And orders were issued there that it is only PDM that will keep an RDC in his office. So the success of the PDM will then, bolster the CV of the RDC, if they are doing well. But in case it fails, the first target will be the RDC. In that light, of course, we have been closely following and monitoring the training processes, which have been very well done by our technical officers. I commend them for the good job they have done. In fact, Zombo districts were one of the earlier districts to establish all these guidelines that were given, until when the signatories of the parishes were changed from the parish chief now to the leadership of the circles there. So that caused a little hiccup, and that's why one or two sub-counties have not yet got their funds in time. Otherwise, the most disappointed person was the RDC, when one sub-county chief played around with money of Nyapea sub-county, if I can be now direct. And immediately when we got news about that, we directed the DPC to move into action. And he swung into action, arrested this sub-county chief who had misappropriated about 37 million shillings meant for that sub-county. So he was in for some time, and then he was released on bond to go and look for money to pay back this money he has taken. And we have given him up to the end of this month to ensure this money is put back on the account of these people, so that they will start their work. Otherwise, he has really disturbed my ego a bit, because that is where my livelihood is. So I have to, make sure that the monitoring is perfectly done, and that's what we are going to do. And I have a very able chairperson who cooperates with me, and the chief administrative officer. So hopefully we shall now closely monitor the funds that are.
All right, before I let you people go, let us now have our take-home as we celebrate 37th years of NRM being in power. What should the Wananchi be able to embrace from this government? Because that is the point. Yes.
Yes, thank you. Actually, the Wananchi out there, they should embrace education, because that is where the government emphasis is. Agriculture, more so the people of Zombo, with renovation of Okoro Coffee, I believe things will change. Also in tea growing, they should ensure that they work hard. Then, and also PDM program for those who received yoga, and also in health. Then security.
Okay.
That is where they should, because this is the peaceful country we have.
Okay.
We want to maintain it the way it is. And also our roads, though it is not tarmac. For me, I talk about the district road.
Okay. Not the national road.
Not the national road.
But you can also add your voice.
The national road, my voice is that, of course, the request to the government. Yes, we have Nebbi Goli, Paida up to Vora, custom, to be tarmac. Then district hospital. Coffee.
All right. All right, thank you very much. Let me have the resident district commissioner before I let you go. And I have another team from another district. Yes.
Once again, thank you. I just want to add on to what the chairman else.
If you may help me make the microphone close a bit.
Yes,
for audibility.
I would like to add on to what the chairman LC5 has already mentioned out. What should be our focus for the next maybe financial year and on to the next. So as he has said, one key area that we shall focus on is education. It is very perturbing to find that most of our children drop out very early. P2, P3, they are already tired of school. So we want to ensure that everything is made set for the children to, be able to enjoy going to school. One. Two, the president has insisted on the 4-acre model system. So this is something we shall go down to the grassroots and share with the Wananchi, that each family should be able to adopt, because through that, certainly some little monies will come into their pockets.
Okay.
And then PDM, we have talked about it. It is a vehicle which will lift this poor person in the village to at least come up to money economy.
Okay.
Yes, and then lastly, of course, the most important is to provide security to all. And through security, they will secure their future.
All right. All right. Thank you very much, dear viewer. I am privileged that I've been able to have the LC5 chairperson, Zombo District, Honorable Oyulo James Oruna, and together with the resident district commissioner of Zombo District, who is none other than retired Lieutenant Colonel Pius Alitema, with us. And they have been discussing this, not only for Western Television, but for all of us. And remember, we shall be replaying this time and again, so that we get to listen to our leaders. Sometimes they might not have time to come up to your home where you are, but you can really get their views and also their submissions through the media houses that we do have. Western Television is here in the region, the first television that we have, and we should be able to embrace. And time and again, I will be able to invite them so that we have more discussion each and every time. I have to tell you that an informed society is a society that can really develop very fast. So in most cases, we tend to lack information, and then that is why we have people opposing government here and there. This morning when I was for a show, I did tell you that the reason why we have opposition in this country is because they lack information. Tell me if the right person who belongs to the government informs this person, the person will be changed because the person will really know. If you are talking about parish development model and this information is well given, like the LC5 chairperson and the RDC of Zombo, they have given, trust me, whether there will be somebody who is going to be against this particular program, there will be none. And I have to tell you this because they have understood. So allow me to say that those who are opposing the government are the people who lack information and they need to be given information. Therefore, for those who belong to national resistance movement, you have a task to do, the task of always giving information to the members of the public so that they get to understand. We are done. Thank you very much for being with us, and we are here for you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, West Nile TV, for lighting up the region.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, West Nile TV.
You're most welcome.
One, two. Shake, 1, 2. Shake, 1, 2. Shake, 1, 2. Shake, 1, 2. Hello. Hello. On. Hello.
We are going to be very brief. We have very few achievements. No worries.
Mic off.
Mic.
Okay.
1.
It's on. Mine is on. We go.
Mic, mic.
1, 2.
Check, check.
Hello, hello, hello.
Check, check. Good.
Senior NRM cadres. You're looking like students.
Lot 10.
Oh, oh.
A very great evening to you watching Western Television. We are coming to you live from Nebbi Municipality at Gulf Hotel here in Nebbi. And don't be surprised, the gentlemen that you're seeing on your screen, these are not OBs from Uganda prisons. They are not prisoners. They are senior NRM cadres. With me, I do have the LC5 chairperson of Pakwash District, the gateway to West Nile. The other time, Honorable Evelyn Nanite says that gateway to West Nile is Koboko, but the gateway to West Nile is Pakwash. So LC5 chairperson Pakwash is with me in the studio, and he is called Honorable Omito Robert Steen, and he has a very rich political background. He will be able to tell us how he got himself into NRM from classroom, and in Greater Nebbi, it is so funny that all the teachers, they love NRM, and they will be telling us the reason why they love NRM. NRM has been 37 years into power, and this could be the reason, because they seem to be age mate with the NRM. So they will be explained to us deeply. And I do also have the resident district commissioner, who served as the deputy resident city commissioner of Lira during the 2020-2021 election. You might be able to know him. He was so instrumental in disturbing the opposition in Lira City. I do have Paul Eseru with us here. He seems to be the youngest resident district commissioner that we have in this region. People tend to say that resident district commissioners are supposed to be the Wazeis who fought with the President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, but they were not able to get the ranks that other people are really having up to now. We shall be discussing NRM at 37. We shall be recounting the achievements and challenges that this government has been facing and is still facing, and what need to be done to ensure that people continue to love NRM, looking at what the party and the government has been able to do for the people. Allow me to have Honorable Omito Robert Steen introduce himself and give us a brief why he decided to condone himself in the yellow shirt that he's putting on now. Why not red? Why not the other color? There are many colors, because there are very many political parties that we have in this country, Uganda, but NRM is one of the most famous political parties according to my personal research, because the president heading this country is a chairperson, and that could be one of the reasons. Thank you very much, LC5 chairperson, Pakwa District, for joining me this evening, and let us discuss NRM at 37.
Thank you so much. On the 9th of February this year, I will be making 37 years. And that means it's actually my celebration.
Okay.
And I subscribe. last 2017, we were granted the district. And so much of the commitment for us as young people, we are only willing to move with somebody who follows his words. If you are full of promises, that's why the idea of fireplaces have died, because the elders, they have discouraged and demotivated the youth. They speak a lot of storytelling, and the youth are left wondering to really begin to figure out where is the point, how does it. So we need people who can mention short, brief statements followed by action, and you cannot suffer to figure out where the truth lies.
Okay.
And that is why I am a strong follower up to the 37th anniversary today.
All right, thank you very much. We will be connecting to our newsroom that is in Arua, and I will be putting us live. But for now, let's first go for a break, and we shall be bouncing back, and we will be having a live feed coming from Gulf Hotel in Nebbi Municipality, where we are recounting the NRM achievements at 37, and I will be getting to the LC5 chairperson and also the resident district commissioner of Pakwash. Let's first go for a break, and we shall be able to come back. Check, check, check. Do the mic check.
Check. Check.
What do?
We go. All right, we'll be back. You're still watching Western Television, and here we have the leadership of Pakwach District, the LC5 chairperson, Omito Robert Steen, together with the resident district commissioner, Esero Paul, and we are discussing NRM at 37. We are recounting some of the achievements that NRM government has been able to achieve, and they can really point out to the wananchi that look here, as NRM government, we have been in this power, and these are some of the things that you can really point up to, and you can really appreciate and also love to be part of. And I was having the LC5 chairperson giving us a brief background on how Pakwach district was given and how Pakwach is progressing. Let me still have him. Yes, Pakwach district was given in 2017, and you became the interim chairperson, defeating your colleague members who also hail from the same district in that election that was for getting the interim chairperson. After, I think, I beg to be corrected, after 2 to 3 years, you were able to bounce back for the general election, and you were able also to defeat your colleagues who competed with you. What has made you who you are now in as far as political landscape in the party called NRM? Do you have God's father, in this party that keeps supporting you whenever you want to stand? Because from Nebbi as the deputy speaker, the first time to Nebbi district from Aloi sub-county, the newly created Aloi sub-county, you came to the district as an opposed that time, and you were elected the deputy speaker of Nebbi district, and then in another circle of election, you were also elected again from Aloi sub-county, and you became the speaker. Maybe briefly, I don't want to speak for you. You can best explain for us how you emerged to the position that you have now. Thank you.
Well, the people of Pakwach district probably were very anxious because of the so much trust that the people of Aloi had, and they were also visibly observing the strategic shift and the facelift that Aloi was gaining. Aloi was one of the greatest jungle of Greater Nebbi that time, and it was actually a very remote area that no lady actually would wish a man from that place to propose, and we had a big challenge even getting partners. And so people of Pakwach Jonam generally became so anxious, and were like, they needed to discover what is it bringing about a lot of progress, and why is it that this young man is being left severally to be unopposed in the contest for a district councillor Aloi, and probably also the participation and performance in the district council in Nebbi marketed me as a very strong NRM product that upon the promise of the president for a district, people were like, they needed the district to start with a very good history of the people who had also built up some very great history on their political journey. And probably in my observation, it gave me that opportunity to take on the mantle to lead the new district. And also, what further gave me this potential again was also the living to the truth and living to the standard, delivering the promises, and all my promises were based on the strategic government NRM manifesto for a particular season or regime, and also my commitments were more in areas along government national development plan which are in place, and I used to do a lot of research and also reading, and more so delivery. When I was given the first opportunity, it was about 3 years, yes, the first opportunity to take on the mantle for the first time when Pakwach commenced as a district in 2017. That duration between 2017 to 2021 wasn't that easy because it was just a starting point. But the government, the NRM government, committed itself to supporting the district as its own child. One of the biggest achievements I can say was actually allowing the district to proceed with their idea of starting a two-storage administration block. That two-storage set a very remarkable history in the life of the district, which so many other big districts were so afraid. Yes, somebody can see some of our neighbors like Madukolo, Terego, maybe coming up with the such a magnificent buildings. But they are better advantage because of they having refugees, they have Dr. Deep giving them.
So as Pakwach district, are you not having refugees?
We do not have. It was barely the 500 million that the government gave us as startup fund, which ideally in the guideline we were supposed to buy things like computers, chairs, plastic chairs, tents, and rent office. I said that was an embarrassment.
Before you continue, because you're saying that Pakwach is not having a district, should we say that the Pakwach is not considered to be a refugee hosting district, but they do have refugees?
We have.
Or you have on a small scale?
We have refugees
Very few.
who are not noticed, they are not recognized.
Oh, okay.
And they don't wish to be called so.
Okay.
And so we are not benefiting from refugees, the benefits that refugee districts are getting. Like Dr. Deep can give refugee hosting district up to 3 billion to put a structure. For Pakwach, the government gave us normal startup fund like Shotera, 500 million, Ibanda, 500 million, Pakwach, 500 million, startup. Procure yourself some tents, some plastic chairs, some what, just to get started. Rent office space. I said we shall never rent an office space. The facility we got, which are dilapidated, we shall rehabilitate, we shall partition, and we squeeze ourselves. Personally, I was sitting almost in about 2 by 1.5 meters room, dimension office, which could only accommodate 2 pieces of chairs for guests and my chair plus the table. I had no space for cabin to pile files and whatsoever. And my files were being put in another place. And so I told my technical staff, we need to straight away come with a very big plan. And I came up with an idea which were all vested and rested on the manifesto of NRM. I only had to modify it a bit and develop a slogan, the Pakwach we want.
Okay.
The Pakwach we want is the Pakwach that can have, just from the look, a very elegant administrative block that must be at least a minimum of a 2-story that can market us unseen from far. Somebody approaching the bridge from the eastern side should be able to see the image of the district. And the invitation and the first attraction should be the administration block. And that was our first marketing idea.
Okay.
And we started the journey. 500,000 could actually do nothing to restore it, but I said, yes, let's get some resource again from DDEG. We add there. Okay, what about office? How do we handle? I said, yes, every department, let's get some resources from the department out of your refreshment, whatsoever. We rehabilitate the facility we got. And we begin that small, but we grow bigger.
Okay.
That is the first. Number 2, Pakwach derives its name from hideout of a leopard. It was a jungle, but due to human nature, all these tree covers were fell down and they were deforested, and that's why we suffer a very great burden of flood. Around 2011, at the same time the president promised and pledged Pakwach district, we had also put before the president, who is the father of NRM and our national chair, the burden of floods in Pakwach, and more so in particular wildlife. Sometimes we don't receive rain in Pakwach, but the rain upstream in the Democratic Republic of Congo, in Zombo, and the uphill areas of Nebbi, we just realize we are flooded and just floating on water from the downer belt there. So then the experts had to do their work for us as leaders in Nebbi. Then we told the experts to conduct a mini research and guide us on what to lobby with government.
Okay.
And the research indicated that if a very serious irrigation system is established, a big water reservoir in form of a dam is established, it would solve, avert, and turn the flood challenge into an opportunity.
Okay.
And the president straight away
Okay.
promised that it shall be done.
All right.
Yeah.
So what are some of the tangible things that can be seen vividly done by the government of the NRM in Pakwash district that you can really count on them?
There is a 70 multi-billion irrigation scheme referred to as Wadila irrigation scheme. That is at 90% near completion. And as I talk, even if we went now, you would find our people of Pakwash district busy planting rice.
Okay.
And we as leaders also, we are leading by example. We have the passion for farming. And
Is it not for Uganda prisons?
that irrigation system has left out the government of Uganda prison farm, which is referred to as Ragem Prison Farm. Ragem Prison Farm, they deal in large-scale cotton, and I think produce the biggest cotton. It's the biggest cotton farm in Uganda. It is also in Wadilai, that side, though in Ragem sub-county, as in neighborhood with the irrigation, but they are on two separate lands.
And they can be
The
beneficiaries.
prisoners or prison warder who would wish to benefit should just join the scheme through the cooperative and follow the guidance how and the order how the scheme operates.
Okay.
And so those are two separate entities. That facility was put to benefit the local community, not the prison. That would mean government. It is like a chicken, maybe a hen producing an egg, laying an egg, and then also later feasting on the egg.
Okay.
So the government, we did not allow, though government also, the intention for the irrigation was not to benefit the prison. It was to benefit the local community, aware that the president learned of the 39% who are in the non-monetary economy. And there were only 60, the 39 in non-monetary economy, and about only 61 were in the monetary economy. So to that effect, to try to avert the poverty issue and draw the local population to the monetary economy, the president thought it imminent that we put in place that over and close to 3,000 acres land to support our local
to NRM. That in NRM. National chairman of the party, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. So it is through those struggles, even when I was in the university, I found myself struggling hard, especially with other students, explaining more about NRM. Because to others, they could say NRM has...
Yes, Jonah. Yes, Park. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, now set the link. Yeah, get the link on. Yeah, you can continue.
Thank you. Like I said, it's from there that we kept on preaching to our young people. Specifically, my target was the young people because I can overwhelm them and sometimes they listen to me. So much as we had opposition in our sub-region, but I could see that is doing some of the good things, but people are refusing deliberately to acknowledge. So I am like, no, but how? You are seeing that a road is being constructed, but people are refuting. So those and many more.
Maybe they were not actively involved in that road engagement and construction.
What fits my understanding is that even the people, the elites, these are the people who know, who watch, who even each and everything. For example, if the road is being constructed, like right now, the government is reconstructing Nebbi and that highway. But you find people are criticizing, people are opposing, they are not appreciating. That is where we started departing from. And it is from that line that we started toward that line up to date. NRM, as we speak now, 37 years down the road, is not out of the blue. It's out of hard work and participation and resilience through the guidance of His Excellency, the national chairman of this party. Decided to see the good in NRM, we have continued to uplift the flag. We said, no, much as others are saying NRM is not doing anything. We are able to see at a certain strategic level. So that is how I ended up where I am today.
Okay.
From there, I worked in the NRM Secretariat for 3 years. And from Secretariat, I was sent to Lira as Deputy RCC. Before I could know it all, I was sent now to Pakwach. And when I came to Pakwach, I found my brother whom I knew before, a mobilizer like myself, and a very committed cadre. I think you see, no wonder you see us putting morals like we're in uniform. So this and many more are some of the things which are compelling us to say, no, NRM is here. And for us, we are saying we are here with NRM Paka last, as you always hear. Thank you.
All right, if you are to to look into the days that you have been in Pakwash district, what are some of the things that you boast of as a member of a national resistance movement? You tell the people of Pakwash, look here, you should count yourself lucky, basing on the places that you have been able to move to and to make comparison. What is beautiful about Pakwash? What is so unique about Pakwash that one should not really, joke around with the government that has made Pakwash how it is now?
Thank you very much. I will classify it into two.
Okay.
One, I will talk about the hardware component, the one which is physical. Then there is the software component. When you look at the hardware, these are the tangible things which I can count on. I will start with the leadership. NRM is very strong in Pakwach because of the leaders we have in the area. Number two, my chairman has already...
Yes, Jonah. Yes. Yes, please. Yes. Yes, just write it blotted there. Yeah, you just alert me. Can I be on? Be off? Be on. Don't switch off your phone, and then I will be switching off my phone. Okay, let me call you then. So they're putting us live, eh? They're putting us for the news now. That lady in the studio is putting us live, like the NBS does. Let's connect that person and call him. Yes? Yes, please. You will tell me go, eh? Okay. Okay, so how many minutes can we give? Okay. 10. So let me do that first. municipality at Gulf Apartment, Gulf Hotel here, and we are counting the achievements of National Resistance Army stroke movement, whose leader is President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. And you have to know that President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni came to power in 1986, and on Thursday, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni will be celebrating together with Ugandans at Kakumiro district, where Right Honorable Prime Minister Robin Arabanja hails from. So we shall be able to have the leaders of Pakwach district counting the achievements of NRM government. So here with me, I do have the LC5 chairperson of Pakwach district, Honorable Omito Robert Steen. Good evening, and thank you very much for joining us live on the Nilecast, our favorite news hour that comes away every Monday through Monday. Yes, why have you put on NRM this evening?
Thank you, my dear viewers. NRM is a party that is a mover, is a party that lives to its words. It is a party that really follows its pledges and commitments, just like the commitment and the pledge of Pakwach district that we realized, which provided series of jobs to the young people, not only in Pakwach, the entire West Nile and many other parts of Uganda, working in Pakwach district. It came with so many opportunities. And then the pledge of even Wadla irrigation scheme, that is at 90% completion, and at the moment is functional, and with people very busy planting rice in the over 1,000 acres of land now cleared and open, with a very available water in the reservoir.
Okay.
And therefore, we are very grateful that the NRM is not a government of liars. And you know, young people are not interested in narration and lamentation. The young people are interested in actions. And when you make a statement, it should be brief, but followed by action. And that's what we pride in. And that's why I identify with NRM.
Okay. All right. With me, dear viewer, we do also have the resident district commissioner, Pakwach district, Paul Esero, and he is with me here this evening. And I want to hear from him why he has decided to choose National Resistance Movement over National Unity Platform, being a young person, because they have been saying that NRM party is a party for the old persons. Now, he is a young person. Why have you decided to choose NRM over National Unity Platform and other political parties that we have in this country?
Thank you very much, my brother Dennis. Once again, my name is Paul Eseru, the resident district commissioner for Pakwach. Straight to your question, I was born, bred, and raised and nurtured in NRM. And that is the reason I am here, standing on my 2 feet, still continuing to support NRM over any other parties. Reason being, NRM is the party which has seen a lot of tremendous changes and developments taking shape in this country. 37 years down the road is not a walk in the park. It is years which are characterized by hard work, and that work is solely by the work of the NRM party, the NRM members, under the wise leadership of His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. So that is the reason I have chosen, and I will carry the cross of NRM. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. We are celebrating NRM. West Nile as a region has been facing a lot of challenges in this 37th year that NRM has been in power. As leaders who hail from the gateway to West Nile, you know of the famous spot, and that is the Tangi waterway that sometimes get disturbed each and every time that it floods from the other side of the game park. So as district leaders, can you tell us how much you have been able to engage with the government to ensure that that part is properly worked on, before we dive into other issues to do with the livelihood of the people?
Well, thank you very much. NRM actually is a problem solver. These problems of Tangi busting its banks is not a new thing. Actually, the greatest of all was during the major floods of the 1962 that we heard from history from our elders. But to date, with the rehabilitation of Karuma, Oluio, Pakwach Road, and the construction of the tourism road from Masindi Gate through Masishon Falls that saw the river bridge on Para up to Tangi Gate close to Pakwach Bridge. It is already incorporated in the plan of the contract that UNRA awarded to NEC and China Railway 18 that are working in collaboration. So they have already increased it as an additional work, aware of the challenge that it posed for close to 4 or 5 times within a range of 2 years. So they have committed, and the structural design is actually at the stage of conclusion to be part of the project, that they will raise box culverts which will be equivalent to the side which is on Tangi Gate side, which will balance and ensure that there is that ease of flow of the water from the swamp. And so that is a problem that, in my observation, is already solved because the work is in progress. And the major challenge of West Nile that we are talking about, actually, that NRM is as solved and is on its way to solving because of the challenge of just maybe wear and tear, to mention. You know, it was NRM that showed to West Nile that something like tarmac exists. That's why along the tarmac, sometimes you ask them, they say they are guarding the tarmac for fear that maybe some jealous group of people may one time roll or steal it. This is something new. And there were also people who would come, and when they approach the tarmac, they would remove their sandals and shoes for them to be able to walk on the tarmac. And that means it was something that even our elders and people who had problems like backache and they were lying, they were feeling comfortable. When they come and rest their back on the tarmac, they say it would massage them, and these are all experiences that we got. And if NRM was not in power, who would really have done this?
So you're telling us NRM government brought in Tarmac Road to Pakwach and connecting the people of West Nile with the people the other side.
Absolutely.
And
whatever level of dilapidation or what, that's why repairs are done continuously. That's why right now the road from Karuma to Pakwach has been contracted and the works is underway already. And then the road again from Pakwach, from Alui to Nebbi is being worked on. And by the way, design for Nebbi, Zombo, up to Vora is actually, let me say first, the shorter one from Nebbi to Goli is already finalized. So, and then also when we look at the tourism, we have a road which is also going to benefit from both tourism and oil. They will share. That stems from Panyimur, Pakwach, Rhino Camp, Laropi, the other side to border Sudan and along the Nile. And again, there is the Nile Basin countries have been holding meetings, several meetings, where government is taken as a footprint country. Uganda government
recently
is taken as a footprint country in the recent meeting of the Nile Basin countries that we had in Cairo in December. You realize that Uganda has been given a priority in reviving of this commercial water transport that will see navigation of water vessels from Lake Victoria to Mediterranean Sea. We'll have a linkage with this road we are talking about, calling it Tourism Road, and these are all contained actually in the manifesto of the NRM, and they are the ones pushing hard.
You seem to be speaking the same words that President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni speaks whenever he comes to West Nile. Are you not repeating the same words that President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni keeps repeating?
These are things which are actually resources. They have been planned and resources have already been channeled. If we are in the feasibility study 2 now, phase 2, that means it is a project that is already half on its way. And without finalizing all those processes of the feasibility study and design, nothing can be achieved and nothing can be practical. We have had in history, we have never heard of such big thinkings which were kick-started. Even the issue of oil and gas that we are talking about, that actually is changing the face of Pakwach each and every day, and our population is increasing each and every day. Pakwach town used to have a population of, say, about 25,000 people. But now, as we talk, Pakwach town council day population is about 60,000. But
is there some benefits that
it
the
is
district
only
is
in the
benefiting
night
from?
that the population can reduce to about 35,000.
Okay.
But in the night, we have got between 60 to 70,000 people. This is just because of the attractions in the oil and gas and the spillover of the oil and gas activity, which are in the protected, Malaysian Falls protected area, but they are fallback town.
Okay. Earlier on, you did mention that districts like Terego is benefiting from Dr. Deep. That is a program specifically for the refugees hosting districts. Now, you come from Pakwach district that hosts the employees who work with different companies that are participating in oil exploration and also refinery. What benefit is the district getting from the government of the Republic of Uganda, being a district that should that is helping a lot in terms of supporting the oil exploration and also extraction?
Well, much of the benefit seems to be bending on employment for our people.
Okay.
Equipping them with skills, which sometimes some of the people that they are training are absorbed within the oil and gas, but these people can also get their liberty also to use the skill to get job elsewhere. These are all within the confine of the agenda of government. Remember or recall that Petroleum Authority of Uganda is an establishment of government of Uganda to control all matters of activities of oil and gas.
Okay.
And so any program that these oil and gas do is purely a program of government because they are guided. They are guided, the oil companies are guided by Petroleum Authority of Uganda. So precisely what Pakwach is benefiting from oil and gas is the element of several skilling programs and study opportunity for our people, the jobs itself. And then there are also some few hardware components in form of social corporate responsibilities. Those are some of the few benefits that we are also getting. But above all, the business community are being taken into a lot of stages to register from the national supplier database so that they become part and partial of the business opportunities alongside oil and gas.
Okay.
And the attraction itself is silently causing a very serious facelift in Pakwach. As a result, the population is increasing. The farmers are priding, they are rejoicing because of the assured market of their commodities.
All right, dear viewer, you are watching Western Television, and we are coming to you live from Gulf Apartment Hotel here in Nebbi Municipality. We are counting the achievements and challenges that the Nrm government that has been in power for 37 years. Remember on Thursday, the President of the Republic of Uganda will be in Kakumiro and will be discussing issues to do with the achievement of Nrm government. And the leadership of Greater Nebbi districts, they have decided to organize this in preparation for the day. Remember, the day is on Thursday and today is Tuesday. And earlier on, I had district leaders from Zombo district. And now I have LC5 chairperson, Pakwach district, and the resident district commissioner, Pakwach district. And we are talking about NRM. And that is why they're putting on yellow shirts. Don't say that these are maybe OBs from Uganda government prisons. These are NRM leaders from Pakwach district. Let me have the resident district commissioner. Let us talk security and government programs here. What is the security like when you look at where Pakwach district is located? We have one ferry service from Panyimur across the district of Bolisa. How is the security like? remember the people have been stopped from, fishing. This is also one of the insecurities that I was able to witness. And one of the gentlemen was able to ban his yellow shirt that you are putting on because of annoyance over the actions of the UPDF Marine officers refusing them to continue with what their four grandfathers handed over to them as their livelihood. What is your take on that, and what have you been able to do to ensure that this issue is harmonized in the district?
Thank you very much. Straight away, what I can state is that NRM prides so much, especially in security. And that is the reason why we are in position to pacify even our neighbors. For example, DR Congo, we have our troops even in Somalia and other parts of this country. So NRM, from time immemorial, we pride so much in security. Why? Because we have a dedicated leader who is none other than our president, very experienced in matters of security, is actually the father of the region. So even us, his representatives, we emulate him. When you come back to the security situation here in Pakwach, the security situation is still very calm and normal. We work as a team. Especially on our actions and resolutions which we normally take as a team. So when you look at our border points, for example, Day is where we normally put in a lot of attention because that is one area where we have a lot of traffic, especially the movement of people. But not only that, if as you enter Pakwach, we have, I think in West Nile, we are the only districts with the four checkpoints. The first one for marine, for fisheries. The second one
And where is it?
it's just after the bridge when you're entering.
Oh.
When you see soldiers, the first checkpoint as you're entering Pakwaj is for fisheries protection unit. The second one is URA. The third one is MAIF. And the last one is police.
Maif, can you break it down?
MAIF is Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industries and Fisheries.
And why do they put the checkpoint?
In there in order to handle mainly agricultural produce. Yeah, we need to check all those. Now, all those are measures which are meant to cap down any potential insecurity, infiltration into West Nile. And even when you're exiting, it is the same story. As Nrm, like celebrating 37 years, security is one of those key components which we celebrate as well, because we have historically, when you look at or northern Uganda in general, you know the history and you know what NRM did in order to pacify this region. As we speak now, at least people are able to sleep in their houses. If we have our business community, they're able to commute day in and day night. They're able to travel from Congo, they go to Kampala. From Congo, they go to even Kenya via Pakwach. That was one of the software component which many people do not see, which I wanted to explain to you. That as we celebrate our 37 years, security is one of those which we don't take lightly as NRM. And as the head of security in the district, it is one of those things we hold dear. It is on our daily menu. But before that, we have other programs in place as NRM. In every term, there is always a slogan which we coin to help us drive the agenda. And that one is in resonance with the manifesto. When you look at this current manifesto, which I have here, 2021-2026 manifesto. It's talking about securing our future. There is a lot in there. And securing our future is a broad...
Whose future? Our future? Only for the NRM members or... Oh,
all of us. All of us. And securing...
I am being considered not to be one of the beneficiaries of parish development model. So how am my future being
so
secured?
I was actually coming to that in this current manifesto, the parish development model is one of those magic bullets. We really feel that these other people who are left out, we should now bring them also, we should bring them on board. Then at least you're better, you earn a salary. But there is somebody in Alui who has even never, who has never seen a capital city. He has never gone to Kampala. I'm not insulting my chairman here, but I'm talking about the certain 9% of our population. It is true, even when you look at the records from UBOS, we still have a certain population which really need an affirmative action. And that is the reason for the architects of the parish development model. This is a program we are holding with all our bodies, with all our hearts, and with our souls. We are going to make this program work in order to help us uplift all those other population from wherever they are. The other component which I really wanted to share with you is also the aspect of skilling. Skilling, you realize NRM concentrated so much on formal education. And that is the reason why, by the way, in Pakwach, so far I am getting 2 seed schools. When I just came to Pakwach, I happened to commission a seed school for the very first time in my life. Alui Seed Secondary School, constructed under this NRM government. And I cannot even hide my pride that even as we speak now, we are putting up another one in Wadlai Seed Secondary School. And others are also on the way. But all that was meant so much to polish formal education. However, there is a challenge of this other population who are unable to go to universities. So NRM has customized certain programs to suit especially those people. And that is why now we are so much focusing on skilling.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you summarize? Our time is running in 30 seconds.
So in overall, if all this week we shall be telling our people, not only in Pakwach, just like your slogan here, lighting up the region, we are also lighting up our people of West Nile with the achievements which NRM has so far done and is currently doing, and others which NRM is going to continue doing. So for me, as the RDC of Pakwach, what I can state clearly is that as Pakwach, we are on course in terms of fulfilling the NRM commitments and also achieving the social contract which NRM signed with the people of Uganda. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Eseru Paul, the Resident District Commissioner of Pakwach. Dear viewer, you have listened from the LC5 chairperson, Pakwach District, and from the Resident District Commissioner. And I know that you have a take-home and you are getting to understand something. As I did mention earlier on, that the people who attempt to be opposition are people who lack information from the government. And if the government people invest their time to give information, trust me, 2 years from now, we will not have opposition in this country. And this morning I made a fun. I said that these people who call themselves opposition, they shout opposition, opposition, but when their month ends, they go to the bank to withdraw money. And they don't know that this money was mobilized by the government that they criticize each and every time. So, as we criticize government, we should think about information. And those who are serving the government, please, can you continue to avail information to the people so that they get to understand? I love the way they brought in COVID-19. Even a young child came to know what COVID-19 was and is even up to now. And that was information sharing. And if government can invest a lot in sharing information using Western television like we are doing here. And I believe those who have been negative about this government after getting the submissions from the LC5 chairperson and the resident district commissioner of Pakwach, Esero Paul, they will be changed. And tomorrow, they will be the ones supporting parish development model and other government programs that are in place. Let me take you back to Kumoringa Christine as she concludes the news for this evening. And we will be going for a break. And when we come back, we still have the program running on your screen. In another hour that we shall be able to have the LC5 chairperson, Nebbi District, and also the resident district commissioner, Nebbi District, none other than Mr. Abak Robert, right on set, and also having a discussion around there. But for now, let's go for a break. And thank you very much for being with us. And we are here for you. Okay. Getting the feed. Yeah. Thank you. We get it. Okay. I think one of these days. for security. For 30 minutes, you can just put it. Yeah, we want to also be sharp, because now there are security phone calls that are moving on. Emergency. Yeah. You can, if you want to do something, you can do in 2 minutes. Yeah. We shall look at the time that you came to Nebbi, where you picked Nebbi from, and what are some of the new interventions in terms of security. How has been
And to clear that doubt, I'm now 35 years. NRM is 37. It means it's older than me by 2 years. I'm born in regime of NRM. My parents were in UPC. I don't know what UPC was like.
Because you were not there.
We only hear of them when they're talking and boasting, and this is the government we are very proud of, and the party that we believe in, the ideology. And I love it so much. And one reason why I love it is because it is in their way of approach, very multi-ideological in nature. If you are stubborn, they also handle you in that way. If you are soft, also in that way. And in all ways, they just move, and depending on how the person is. And that's why we call ourselves movement, and we believe we move together. But in our approach also, we are very peaceful people, and one of the cadreship role is to create peace among its people, peace and unity, and also bring people together and sell the ideology that is one of the best. And we don't believe in violence so much. We believe in exchanging ideas and selling our ideas, that our ideology is the best in the country. And this is what we are telling to every young person we meet, that if you're still outside, you are wondering, come home. Movement is a way to go, and we move together. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much. Let me have the Resident District Commissioner, Abak Robert. You can briefly tell us about yourself and how you came to love NRM, and you are in NRM, and you're eating from NRM as well.
Yeah, thank you very much, viewers. My name is Robert Abak, who is the RDC Nebbi. At least I've been in Nebbi now for almost 2 years.
Okay.
Because I came to Nebbi as an RDC when I was transferred from Otuke to Nebbi in the year 2021 in February. I came when my good chairman here had just won election.
Yeah, I can remember.
We started together this term. NRM as a government, we are very transparent, we are accountable to our people, and we are faithful in whatever we do. That's why we are proud of our government, because people understand NRM. And as government, it is our responsibility to make people feel NRM. They should not only be hearing of it, they should feel by providing good service delivery to our people. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Let me have the LC5 chairperson, Honorable Urombi Emmanuel. You picked up from a senior politician, a veteran journalist. You picked up also from a man who was endorsed for and also congratulated and talked about for road infrastructure improvement in the Greater Nebbi then, who left UPC and joined NRM, and you picked up from that particular person. May his soul rest in eternal peace. Honorable Urombi Emmanuel was elected in the by-election after the death of Honorable Nrm At. And Nebbi went for by-election, and people unanimously voted for him, and President of the Republic of Uganda came for his campaign, and here he is. And since he took over power, I have not had much complaints from the members of the public, because I wanted to hear that this young man cannot do the way the old Mose was doing things in as far as improving the district status is concerned. So where did you pick from? And how are you trading now?
Thank you so much. And with all humility, to unmatch the standard my late father set, political father Nrm At, it's not an easy thing. But also to fit your shoes into his shoes is also too big a shoes to fit in. But also, like I told you, I've been a very ardent cadre, and right from school and classroom, and like you know, we are obese, you know how we have been moving on. And right from the time I started interacting with the big shots, including Nrm At himself, and because when he came in his second term, I was already a district youth chairperson. For him, he was a district chairperson. We had a lot of mentorship, and little did I know it was indirectly God was using him to hand over to me. Number two is about the fear of God that the Bible says is the beginning of everything. I believe I could not be doing certain things right to the people of Nebbi, but where I've failed, I tell them this one is too much. you lower your demands, or your expectation is too much. Don't expect this out of me. But sometimes I've ever surprised them. What they think I will not be able to do as a Rombi, they see us doing them together, like the team of RDC, the team of NRM chairman. Sometimes you have talked about even this excellence coming for campaign and so forth. Majorly, I learned of my weaknesses. I knew with the teamwork we can build Nebbi and take Nebbi very far. That's why everything I talk about is not to myself, not because of my strength or might, but I believe we have achieved them together because I have very low cadres and also very people who are very humble financially and also in their background. Who comes to me? You have ever gone to my office, you'll find even people coming in sandals, very old ones. They come, those people come to advise me, and they say, we feel you could do better in this way. They go to my homes. Even now, I may be here, and they may be there. They say, we have heard about this. How do you go about it? Another thing is interaction with them. I'm in the community, and that's why when you come beyond midday, it's very hard to find me in office unless on appointment. I interact with them. It's just learning to know the need of our people, what our people want, and what is best for our people. And that has been our greatest strength. And in all things I do is meant to serve others, but not for myself. And whatever I win, people expect me to say is my win, but I keep telling them, we want this together. Next time, let's pull up and do better. And where we have failed, I apologize to people. I've been apologizing and saying, this one is not the way we should have done it, but however, we could do it better. But in all ways, I've received a lot of guidance and training from my senior cadres, including even from my RDC. In many districts, you find people tend to compete, but in Nebbi, when you come, it's very different. He's old enough, he's matured and advanced in age, and sometimes I go to him, I talk to him like an elder, but also sometimes there are things he picks and say, how do you people, young people, do it this way? So I believe in the wisdom of His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, a super president. He has chosen a right partnership for me, not for my political move, but to serve the people of my district. And in all this, we have tried, right from the time I came, one of the things I came and found did not go well. It was setting the district development plan and strategic development plan. It's one of the things I started with. I asked my people, consulted widely, and by that time I presented to the council for approval. What do you want to see Nebbi in? And how do you want to see it in the next 5 years? And what are those things that you expect out of me? And those are the things, and by good luck now, I must call it by good luck, or due to the struggle we have made, we have achieved up to 70% by now.
So what are these achievements you are talking about? And you're boasting of 70%.
Go to areas of education with the support from the government, central, and also with the wise leadership and guidance from Nrm At party. When you go in the areas of education, you move around, and you have ever heard me talking and discussing issues of Atego City Secondary School, and you have seen how when I came in, I got already foundation was laid, but not to the expectation that NRM believed in, and according to the allocation of fund. One of the things I think that went contrary, and many people got amazed with, demolishing the whole structure and say, no, the money was not allocated, and so the materials you have used is a wrong one. It was not a very easy decision, but I had to make the decision and have to implement. I said, no, if the structural design is indicating that we must use concrete bricks, we are demolishing this. We must construct a Atego City with not with the mud bricks. I want concrete bricks. And indeed, when you go now, you find the building is standing tall there, and everyone in Atego knows about that. And you also move around. If you, on Friday, we'll be launching another groundbreaking again. We'll be breaking ground in, you go to Kushuny, Greater Kushuny, you'll find Mamba City Secondary School. It's this Friday. We welcome you.
That will be Friday.
We'll be handing over the site, Mamba City Secondary School, and also the City Secondary School. All this is in the vision of NRM that every sub-county must have its own secondary school, and for a poor and needy child there, every Ugandan to have access to education at the lowest rate as possible. And we are looking at this seed school not being boarding in nature. In any case, anything comes in, then the parents, out of parents' will, but must not compromise to the level and the rate of payment. And we are not looking at anything beyond 100,000. So that's a poorest woman in the field there, a poorest man can be able to pay the child. And even orphans will be able to raise fees for themselves and also study and have a quality education. So in the Seed Secondary School and at Ego Seed, we will be breaking the ground, launching and also breaking the ground this Friday, 2 days to come. And this is worth 6.5 billion Ugandan shillings that we'll be doing. Not only that, also already we have already tabled other 3 seed schools. I will not be mentioning them right now because it is yet in the pipeline and council has not approved. If at least it was approved, but at the executive level and with our linkage with the ministry, it has already been blessed. But council needs to approve it, and once it is approved, I'll be able to break the news and mention the names. But also looking at primary education, this one was in secondary. Looking at primary education, you move around in Kushin, you will find there are other schools that you will not be, for long, have not been renovated. But also when you go to one of the, you remember the first post and the visit I made in the school, and children, structure was collapsing in my presence. And it was very shameful to us at this age and this era that children can study under those dilapidated buildings. Jafurunga Primary School is what I meant. So when you go there, you find a building standing tall. You go to Akuru Primary School. This was just a school. Every year, children will study and stop in P5, Primary 5. But now, as we talk, we have constructed also a classroom block of 2 classrooms. And meaning, by this year, they'll be reaching P7. You move again to Oguta Hills. The last school, actually, when you are heading to Pakwach, also was just told they will study and stop in P5. Already we have constructed there so that children can have access to education. You move to Odier Primary School, you find also classroom construction. You move to Matuto Primary School in Parombo Sub-County, you move to Ogalo. This year we'll be constructing in Ogalo Primary School. And one other, I'm trying to forget, let me frame, yes, Orlando Primary School. And also we shall be moving, and also very soon we shall be handing over, we shall be receiving another primary school, and that is in Arodi Primary School. We have done a lot of constructions of latrines in order to see also girls, they have proper washrooms and also stay at school, and that is a stay at school campaign. But also in areas of health, we have immense achievement. One of the most things we are bragging about here is about having a blood distribution and collection center in Nebbi Hospital. When you go even right now, from the time I came, I got every kind of what. When we need blood, we have to move to Arua. We have to move to Arua Regional Referral Hospital. But right now, we are stocking this year. We are distributing. We are testing from here with support from partners and also central government. But also, when you look at still in areas of health, we have done almost all our health center 3s to the 80%. That's why I was saying we have achieved not less than 70% of our target. Almost all our health center 3s are getting fenced. You move to Kushwin Health Center, you will find it's being fenced and construction is ongoing. You move to Nyaravur, construction and fencing is ongoing. You move to Parombo, is already fenced. Parombo Health Center, Akworo is already fenced. Goli Health Center is already fenced. And this year we'll be fencing at Kalowang and Jupanziri Health Center. Those 2, meaning we will be left with only Pamaka and Paminya Health Center 3. All our health center 3s will have been fenced, meaning our target of 5-year strategic development plan will have reached them already.
Are you aligning these to NRM manifesto?
Kabisa, exactly. We are looking at every health center 3, every sub-county to have health center 3, and we have been able to do some upgrading also.
That is Ocean Kikobe.
That is in Parombo. And yes, Ocean Kikobe. So we are doing, and also Jopangira Health Center too. All those we are looking at those ones to achieve NRM manifesto. So Seed Secondary School in every sub-county, Health Center 3 in every sub-county. I believe, and is with the support from the public and also media like you, by 2026, we'll have achieved all this. Every health center, every sub-county will be having Health Center 3, and well fenced by the and well constructed. And also we are looking at also recruitment of staff that we have seen recently. We are advertising also soon in all those facilities. But also, when you look at also in areas of justice sector, we realize also we have been left behind because most of our people, in access to justice, they have been facing a lot of challenges. They have to move to Arua in order to access High Court. We requested Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs. Right now, as we talk, already we have High Court is already operating in Nebbi, and this is meant to serve Greater Nebbi and NRM bringing access to justice at the grassroots. But also we are looking at also grade two magistrate court moving. In this Feb or by end of this month, we're also looking at a Greater Erusi having one in Erusi, and then Kushwin, Jopangera, and the county plus municipality will have theirs right where we are here. Mayor's Garden next to Gafia. All this is meant to bring access of justice to our people, but also in road sector where we have been hit most. But if you want to discuss issues of road, also you realize that we had already issues with our road connecting us with the Pakwach. Already when you move around, you find rehabilitation taking place, but that one is by central government, and we are supervising team and stakeholders. We are guiding China Railway 18. This is the way to go, and you can see already accessibility to the road being implemented. All those are just advices we are giving them, and soon they'll be putting the last layers, because we are saying that is becoming too much. They must, and they still have 1 year and 10 months to complete the work. But if you go and do assessment right now, you'll find they're already at 50%, meaning within 6 months you are already achieving. But also we have other areas, like when you look at Nyaravur Parombo Road, all those we talked to ministry, and we requested them to come and rehabilitate for us, because the capacity of the local government was too low, because on average we have been putting around 60 million on that road. But when we requested them, they have actually spent over 400 million to rehabilitate the road. Now it has taken almost a year, you can see. But what is remaining now is just issues of fixing the bridges and other connectivities like culverts on the road, which we are hoping very soon will be done. And also they will be moving, Minister of Works have confirmed this financial, they'll be moving also to handle Kalawang Omier. And also we have Oil Seed Road, which is a new game in play for us, which will be handling connectivity in Nebbi district. Those are the areas, but you have also been skillfully, with the support of a Minister of Northern Uganda, and under OPM, you have been supported heavily by NUSAF. And I want to thank ministry, Office of Prime Minister, particularly Minister for Northern Uganda, Minister Grace Kuyichin, who has been so instrumental in guiding and also supporting us, and also using his people to provide us with technical support. All these, that's why I'm saying with me alone, we wouldn't have achieved all this. It's just with the support. But also we have very strong relationship with the UNRWA. UNRWA has also been so good to us. And whenever we call them for some roads, they come and work for us. It just matters. Even my equipment, when we ask them, this road, our machine is down, can you handle us? We handle for us this area. They have been able to support us. But one of the amazing things that I like about this government, almost every district, including Nebbi, Zombo, Pakwach, all are having their own machines and plants for construction of road. And these machines, when you...
And if these districts, they have the machines for constructing the roads, why is it some of the district roads are not being worked on? What could be the challenge?
The challenge is the maintenance is held under Ministry of Works, and we have understood allocation for road sector has not been very good. And this is one of the areas where we are arguing with the government, and we are requesting that let the allocation improve on road, because now all these services, you are looking at service sectors, whether agriculture, whether you are talking of agribusiness, whether you are discussing marketing and everything that will, even when we are talking about health and education, you can't thrive without good roads.
Okay.
This is the advice we are giving to government. But you are also in other areas like